Welcome to the show that takes up no more than 5 minutes of your time, but could help you gain massive real estate knowledge. It's 5 Minutes in Real Estate with best-selling author Shane Willis.
Hello, it's Shane Willis, Pensacola real estate expert. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I know we are. We've got quite a few new clients, quite a few new properties coming. I want to say we got 4 or 5 properties coming on this week. So doing a whole lot of good stuff going on. That was me rambling because I was trying to figure out this button. So I apologize. I normally don't ramble when I'm trying to figure out a button, but today I did, and we all got over it. Anyways, my bird friend is back. Hush, I'm trying to report a podcast episode. Today we're going to talk about something that's kind of near and dear, and it's actually got some impact on where I'm taking some of my investments, some of my business right now. There was a new Gallup poll that just came out, and they said that real estate tops the investments that Americans want to make. They top them. It went on, it said 34% of investors say that would be their top investment. 26 say stock, 17 say gold, 15 say savings. I've got the link to the Gallup poll if you want to read it, but I wanted to kind of talk about that for a minute because, one, there's a couple of misconceptions. I was sharing this with some people before I was going to record this episode, and they were asking me about, isn't savings a good thing? If those of you who really don't know, way back, many, many moons ago, I got started in this whole world. I was helping my folks with real estate, but I got started in financial services. So I understood insurance, I understood investments. The knowledge I got from working in that financial services world, I have always equated it to my MBA. I think I learned just as much working for that financial services firm as I did earning my MBA. MBA's got a lot of theories, and don't get me wrong, I use my degree all the time. There's a lot of folks that have degrees that don't use them. I use my business degree every day. But I think that financial services firm taught me a lot about personal finance, which the MBA was much more macro instead of micro. So on the point of savings, I think we should have a savings. I think you need to have an emergency fund. It still floors me when I get reports saying that 55% of Americans could not get a hold of $1,000 without reaching towards their credit card. So you want to talk about living paycheck to paycheck, that's it. If you can't even get a hold of $1,000 without reaching towards a credit card, that's it. So is the savings necessary for a good portfolio? Absolutely. You need to have that emergency fund. But after that, you're starting to kind of waste money because inflation will continue to catch up. Look at the savings account right now, they're paying what? Point something percent. And if you take that and you look at the rule of 72, which I know I go over the rule of 72 in one of my very first episodes. So just scroll back through that, catch that. The bank's making a killing on them. They have to afford those big buildings somehow. Anyway, savings accounts are important. Our stocks, gold was the next one. Gold was the next one. Gold's a safe haven for a lot of cash, especially in some of the times that we're having. I know the president just announced yesterday about the Iran deal, that we're pulling out of the Iran deal, and everybody's worried that oil's going to go up. Oil has gone up I must be recording a podcast. Everybody's going to break out the birds and break out the lawn equipment. Hopefully you can hear me over this. Anyways, he pulled us out of the Iran deal. And so they're worried that oil's going to go up. Oil's been going up pre-announcement anyways. So that sometimes affects gold. You gotta love, this is why some people record their podcasts in studios, but as I've talked to some of my clients, they're like, why are you always breathing hard? Well, it's because I'm getting exercise and recording a podcast all at the same time. And apparently running past lawn equipment. Anyways, oil was going up anyways. I invest in oil. Oil is something that is a commodity. I invest in commodities. I have a really good broker, really good coach that works me through. We have a conversation every morning walk through how to prepare. On Fridays we walk through how to prepare for the weekend, make sure that if any news pops that we're covered one way or another. And so oil and gold are good places to stick some funds if you know what you're doing. Everybody thinks of the stock market when you start talking about investing. I own stocks. I think it's great to own paper. You're owning parts of companies. If you know what you're doing, you know how to hedge. There's a book out there called Buy and Hedge. It's a fantastic book. So a lot of people say buy and hold. These guys taught buy and hedge. I have made a lot of money based off of the information out of that book. But that was 26%. 34% of the country still says real estate's the way to go. Now, why is real estate the way to go? Because real estate's the only one that you can leverage and get to use the bank's money for increased equity. Now, wait a minute. If you know me, you know my investment strategy, you know that most of the time I say appreciation is a bonus. Appreciation in real estate is a bonus, so you don't count on that. That's true. You don't. But it doesn't mean we're not going to take advantage of that bonus, especially the way things are sitting right now. I'm talking with some attorneys to put a fund together. It's a real estate fund. I'm going to manage, probably bring in, 20 investors, I think. And this is not, I know my attorney's going to kill me for even bringing this up on the podcast. This is not a solicitation for sale, so don't reach out to me going, hey, how do I be one of those investors? I can't do that right now. The SEC would shoot me. I started trying to do something like that, so this is not. But I'm just trying to tell you one of the things that we're putting together. We're putting together that based on an appreciation play for the next 5 years. Because I think that bonus is still going to continue over the next 5 years. I think if you invest as an individual investor, not trade real estate. Trading real estate is when you buy it, rehab it, sell it. There's nothing wrong with that. I do that. I've got projects working right now. I have to head today over to Foley because I got a project that we found a little termites in. So we got to deal with that. That's a trade though. Investing is real estate. Buy, rent it, profit. Okay? Buy it, rent it, profit. That's investing in real estate, and 34% of the country still thinks that is the best. And honestly, the way things are going, that is about the easiest. It's not as sexy. That's the one thing that I have to get across to every one of my new investors. They see all the HGTV shows and all the whatevers, and they think this is going to be a sexy investment. No, it's not. And the next thing you have to do when you're investing in real estate is realize that you're not going to live there. So some of my best real estate going in, I've had 2 customers this month, the month of May, that have already put properties under contract for college funds. They both put them on 15-year notes. The kids are 3, 4, and 5. So in 15 years, they'll be paid for, or mostly paid for. And they'll be able to send them to college. So I could go on and on about the benefits of that. There's going to be some new products that I'm going to be coming out with. I'm putting together a webinar probably next week that goes over each detail of buying it right, renting it right, and then how to profit it after you've rented it. All right, what do we have to do? Shut up, bird. Okay, that's all I got for you guys today. As always, if you've not gotten over to subscribe to get our tips, tricks, graphs, links to some of the stuff like the Gallup poll I'm talking about now, get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. That's 5minutesinrealestate.com. Also, if you haven't got over to iTunes, Google Play, subscribe to the podcast, get over there. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you get subscribed so you never miss an update on these. And finally, if you found any value in this or any other episode or any of the stuff that I put out, I ask that you share it on social